In many worlds, a heavy fog is a simple weather event, but when thick, unnatural mists roll across the ground with a deliberate, predatory speed, you aren't experiencing a storm. When that fog engulfs its target, you are witnessing an extraction protocol. This mechanism responds to a highly specific trigger, an act of profound, irredeemable cruelty. When an individual crosses a moral event horizon, the mists breach the material plane, lock onto the target, and pull them completely out of reality. Because these abducted figures often wind up ruling over gloomy castles and sprawling estates, it is easy to assume they have been crowned the sovereign monarchs of a new Gothic nation. Disconnected from their homeworlds, these figures serve as the inaugural subjects of a system designed for total containment. This diagram illustrates the coordinates where the mists deposit their captives, a remote, isolated void within the dimension known as the Shadowfell. Instead of a continuous world, the geography consists of broken chunks of land suspended in the dark. Every domain of dread is completely quarantined. A lethal border of fog surrounds each landmass, aggressively draining the life force of anyone who attempts to leave. Inside those borders, the facility relies on severe psychological engineering. The terrain, the weather, and the architecture physically mold themselves to perfectly mirror the specific crimes and neuroses of the captive inside. The land functions as a custom-built physical terrarium, engineered to reflect the inmate's own mind back at them. To see how this operates in practice, look at Barovia, the oldest domain in the system. Its captive is a vampire named Strahd von Zarovich. He is patient zero. Strahd maintains a strict delusion of authority. He extracts taxes, terrorizes the local populace, and issues orders through proxy mayors to sustain the belief that he is a powerful feudal lord. Strip away the Gothic romance, and you find a clinically exhausted, paranoid prisoner. He has spent centuries trapped in an endless, repetitive loop of failures, desperately trying to control an environment that was built to frustrate him. His kingdom is merely a maze, and he is a rat who has been tricked into thinking he built the walls. The physical walls are only half the punishment. The system assigns custom-built curses to every inmate, designed with a specific mechanical objective, to generate a perpetual cycle of hope and despair. This flowchart illustrates the primary tactic. The cycle starts by granting the inmate their ultimate desire. In Strahd's case, he is given eternal life and the chance to pursue his brother's wife, Tatiana, the woman he obsessively loves. But the system is rigged. The inmate is barred from ever actually keeping that prize. The flowchart guarantees a violent loss. Tatiana will die tragically over and over again through reincarnation, forcing a hard, painful reset of the cycle. This engineered psychological torture ensures the prison remains perfectly self-sustaining. It feeds entirely on the inmate's perpetual suffering. The unseen architects running this facility are known as the Dark Powers. They do not possess physical avatars, nor do they walk the halls to taunt the prisoners. They act as passive observers, flawlessly calibrating the environment to maximize the distress of the inmates. They represent an unfathomable bureaucracy of punishment, operating entirely detached from human concepts of justice or mercy. This cold efficiency creates a terrifying reality for the ordinary people caught inside these domains, the villagers populating towns like Falaki or Kresk. Many of these villagers lack souls. They are biological props, generated spontaneously by the environment itself. Their sole function is to populate the terrarium. They provide the necessary friction, the background noise, and the tragic collateral damage required to facilitate the Darklords' eternal punishment. A traveler wandering into a domain of dread has simply walked right into someone else's personalized, inescapable hell.